Hi, this is Josh with Resort TV 1, and today I want to talk about why Epcot music is so important to me, and also a really quick apology too, and that'll be towards the end because it makes more sense after I talk about why Epcot music is so important to me. As you know, if you watched our Epcot 40th anniversary live stream all day and some of our more recent videos, Epcot did some really cool things for the 40th anniversary, and one of those things was that they brought back the 1982 original entrance music. And of course, this has been a favorite of mine ever since I first went to Epcot back when I was 5 years old in 1984. Music had a huge impact on me, so it was so cool to hear it in the park playing on the 40th anniversary, and then to find out that they even continued that music all the way through the day on Sunday and even yesterday on Monday. And as I record this Tuesday evening, I was just at Epcot with a friend again tonight, and they actually have removed the music and put it back to the normal World Celebration loop, which plays all over what is now World Celebration area. I think it's even playing actually in all of what used to be Future World. So anyway, that same loop that's been playing is back, and it's not that there's anything wrong with it. I had a Twitter post earlier that kind of said that I didn't really like it, but I think I was just more upset that the original music was gone. Even though I knew eventually it would go away, I was kind of hoping since it lasted 3 days, maybe it would last a week or even a month. That would be pretty amazing. Since they celebrated Magic Kingdom's 50th anniversary for 18 months, I thought, well, maybe Epcot can have a month for the 40th anniversary. But anyway, it seems to be gone. I'm not sure. I've seen some places that say that it might play in the morning and then they switch to the other loop, the newer one, in the evening. But either way, I'm just a huge fan of that original Epcot loop. And here's why. I remember going to Epcot as a 5-year-old and really just being blown away by the park. And I know a lot of people can relate to that. But the technology was beyond belief. We didn't really have a computer at that time, and a lot of people didn't, or maybe had only seen one at school or at work or something like that. And the technology on display was just so incredible. But not just that, the landscape, Spaceship Earth, all the pavilions were absolutely larger than life, and it was so incredible. And when you walked in and saw this massive 18 stories geosphere, Spaceship Earth, and that incredible music playing, it was so just awe-inspiring. And so you walk in, and I'll play you a little bit of the loop as we talk here, but you walk in and you immediately hear something exciting like this energy theme right here. And of course, you've heard that a lot on some of our videos. We use that as one of the countdown songs. So it's just such an inspiring theme, and it really adds to how huge, the park is and just how inspiring it is. So anyway, I'll pause that for right now. But so that's, it's so incredible to hear that music and see the awe-inspiring sights of the pavilions, like I said. But also, the loop is really long, and it actually goes through several of the original pavilions. The original loop in order is Universe of Energy, Energy Make the World Go Round, which is the theme song for that pavilion. It also ends with Universe of Energy, actually, the main theme song to that. So it's actually kind of bookended by that theme. But it goes from Energy Make the World Go Round to Golden Dream from, of course, the American Adventure. Then the third song is Fun to Be Free from World of Motion, Listen to the Land, One Little Spark, and then Magic Journeys, before finishing with the Universe of Energy theme. And what's interesting about that is it's not like just they played the songs from the attractions. That would have still been cool. They're great songs that played in those attractions. But they actually did full symphonic rearrangements of the themes, and they had a professional orchestra play it. I'm told that George Wilkins arranged it. I need to confirm that, but either way, he was the one behind Horizons and several other amazing soundtracks in classic Epcot. And speaking of Horizons, it's not in this loop, but still, the music there was awe-inspiring as well, and just everything about the original Epcot really just was a feast for the senses. And especially as a 5-year-old, it was almost sensory overload, but in a good way. And I remember watching an old movie, and I'll have to play the clip sometime. It would take me too long to find it for this video, but I'm asking Dad, we're standing by the old Communicore, which it's actually the building that's still there that is now Connections and Creations, but standing there, and they had a little marquee scrolling, and we were watching the Fountain of Nations and listening. That entrance loop played all the way through into the Fountain of Nations and into the Communicore area. And I remember asking Dad, are we going to come back to Epcot? We only went like to Disney for 2 or 3 days the first trip, because that's just kind of what you did. You didn't stay for a week or two like people are able to do now a lot of times. And I just remember asking, are we going to come back to Epcot? And I remember what I was thinking about in that time. I don't remember a lot from when I was 5, but I remember that moment, even watching it on video too. And I remember just thinking how much fun I was having, how much I enjoyed that music, and how much of an impact it was making on me to hear that. Themes like this one, Fun to Be Free. You don't even know that it's the song when it first starts. Start out with the harps, and you hear, what might this be? And then there's a brass theme there, which is so cool. So, just so awe-inspiring, just, again, larger than life, beautiful melodies, and just really well crafted. And then as you go into it a little further, I'll skip ahead just a little bit. So we're about 2 minutes into it and still really hasn't gotten into the melody, but it gets into it right here. So anyway, you get the idea. It's just so well arranged and so well conceived that you don't even know what song it is. It just fits in this beautiful symphony of Epcot. And what was cool about that was, too, as you're walking in hearing this music, it gets you ready to hear the themes inside the attractions that you're about to experience. Everything goes together, synergy, it flows so well. And I know that the loop doesn't fit the park now. These attractions, besides Golden Dream, are not there anymore. I guess there is a version of One Little Spark in Imagination, which is the same melody, a way different arrangement. At least there is an arrangement of that in there. So I guess 2 songs from that original loop are sort of featured in Epcot. Golden Dream is fairly similar still, even though American Adventure is currently closed for whatever reason. Hopefully it's just a refurb. But I digress. I've mentioned this on the stream, but haven't really mentioned it formally in a video. Hearing this music really was one of the things that inspired me to love music the way that I do, and to become a music teacher, and something that I want to do as a career. And so it's really cool to be able to talk about it here on YouTube, which is, kind of my other career now that I've enjoyed so much being able to do and to talk to everybody and be able to talk about all the things we love about Disney. So if you went to Epcot in the 80s or 90s, you know what I'm talking about with this loop. It lasted all the way from 1982 until 1999 when they started the Millennium Celebration. So anyway, it was just a huge impact, and like I said, it really inspired a love for music in me as a young child. Mom and Dad, we listened to music a lot, and they really exposed us to great music as well. But just being at Epcot was just an experience that it's hard to describe unless you really were there. But you can hear the music and hear how grand it is. My favorite part of the loop, by far, is the Listen to the Land section. And don't worry, there's a point to all this. But the Listen to the Land section, it actually... it is so hard to even hear where the land theme starts, because it starts out with this really high-pitched theme here. And let me see if I can find it. It's in this same track that I'm listening to. So, but this was my favorite part, and I actually bought an Epcot original album hoping to get this track because the sound just was so amazing to my ears. So let me find this part for you. Okay, right here. Starts with the strings and then comes in with the synthesizer. It's so relaxing. You get the point there. It's just such a beautiful piece of music. So it goes from that eventually into the land theme. So it kind of goes into that, and then it skips ahead to this. So there's the melody. Let's listen to the land. So it's so, just expertly crafted. And I always, again, as a kid, enjoyed it so much. I can't, maybe I was a pretty weird 5, or 6, or I don't know when it was that I tried to buy the album, but it was sometime before I was 10 for sure. That I enjoyed the music so much that, here I am as a young kid really enjoying basically classical style music, and that making a huge impact on me in that way. So that's really why Epcot and Epcot's music is so important to me. It shaped my early, childhood so much, and I know for a lot of you it did as well. I've got Horizons and Spaceship Earth behind me, and that's just how much that it shaped my whole, entire being and entire person. So, when they took it away today, when they stopped the music today and put it back to the original loop, it's not that the original loop, or not the original, but it's not that the normal World Celebration loop is bad. It's just not the same grandiose Epcot music that was there, in the beginning. And maybe it doesn't fit to have the original music, but I would love it if it was at least in one little area, maybe even like the entrance plaza, even like before you get to security and stuff, as like, hey, here's what Epcot used to be about, and then moving on to the new. That would be fine if it was anywhere in the park. A lot of people may not know this, but actually the original Imagination Pavilion area music, the outdoor loop, actually still plays in the restrooms behind the Imagination building. Kind of a random thing, and of course nothing I could ever show on the stream or even record in any way because it's in a restroom. That would be super weird, but you get the point that, you can go in there yourself and hear that music still, so it's kind of cool. I wouldn't even mind if they put the original loop in a bathroom. And again, I know that's weird to say, but just anywhere where we can hear it in the park and have a memory of what that music used to be. So I said all that to say, it might not make a lot of sense to people if you just recently started going to Disney, or you hadn't been to Epcot before the year 1999 or 2000, before it really started to change. You might not understand why I feel this way about that amazing park, and about its incredible music. But that's really why, and that's, the experiences I had with it. And it was so cool to sit there and listen to it, for a while on the 40th, and then back on Sunday when we went as a family, I did another recording. By the way, I'll have a Steadicam recording of it where I just have it focused right on Spaceship Earth and have the music playing. I parked right next to a speaker and was able to get a perfect recording of the loop, including the actual loop that was playing had an Astuder Computer Review track, as well as a O Canada track that I never heard before. So somebody said in the chat of the live stream that we were doing that those were originally intended to be in the 82 Epcot loop. I don't know for sure. I have no way of knowing that, but they do sound, similar in style. So anyway, I did want to say too that all the times I was recording, we always have amazing people come up and say hi to us, and I did want to make an apology because I felt really, really bad. A few people came up and said hi to me, and I had to cut off the conversation pretty short so that I could continue to film the and record the Epcot loop, uninterrupted. And I felt really bad because I knew people, I wanted to talk to them, and I just didn't really want to be rude. But I met 3 or 4 really nice families, and they were super understanding. But I want to apologize to you if you tried to say hi to me and tried to talk to me while I was recording that music. It is very important to me. And normally, I'm happy to sit and chat, with anybody who watches this for as long as we possibly can. I always love learning about, everybody, and learning about where you're from, and, what it is that you enjoy about our channel, and all the kind words that you guys are always giving to us. We appreciate it so much. And so an apology to those families that did want to talk to me while I was recording those area music loops, that Epcot loop in the entrance there. I know it probably just looked like I was sitting and, just kind of chilling out, and it would be, fine to say something, and totally it was, but I didn't want to, make you feel like I was rushing. So an apology to all those people who I had to rush a little bit just so I could get that loop done before the nighttime shows started and before they started interrupting it. At dark, the Beacon of Magic shows play, and then the loop gets interrupted, so I had to kind of finish it before then. But either way, again, an apology to anybody who I had to rush. And I don't know if you guys, are even able to watch this, but definitely I felt bad because I always want to make sure that I let everybody know that comes to talk to us how much we appreciate them and how important they are to us. So hopefully next time, those of you that I met and had to rush a little bit, hopefully next time we have a little more time to chat and I can make it up to you a little bit. So again, apologies for that, and thank you so much for understanding. And thank you to all of you for understanding, just how important this music is to me. Leave a comment, let me know, what it is about Disney, or maybe it is Epcot music that makes it so important to you, and something that, that you've carried with you, whether it be, through childhood, through adulthood, or whatever stage you are in life. And before we go, I will leave you with this nice little moment from the Magic Journeys background music part of the Epcot 82 entrance loop. The beginning is really, really loud, but it ends very, very beautifully. So here we go. That's a really cool beginning, and then it goes into this very dreamlike part, which is just gorgeous. And it sounds like an English horn there, which is such a rare instrument to have a solo in some of these types of music. Anyway, so we'll skip ahead to the end here. You can listen to the whole loop if you want, and I'll be quiet through it, but we have that on our channel in several different places. So here we go. Just when you wish upon a star. We backtrack on that as I was talking to you. So listen to this one more time. It's just such a nice moment, and you just don't get music like that in a lot of places. It's really rare, and it's just so well composed, and we don't even really get a lot of fanfare about which orchestra played it or which composer arranged it. We think, again, George Wilkins, but there's just not a lot of fanfare for it, and it's as well arranged and composed as some of the best movie soundtracks, John Williams and any of those amazing composers, Alan Silvestri, and some of the ones who've done such incredible scores. It really is on that level, at least in my opinion. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Excuse me, I do want to make sure that you check out our awesome sponsors, MickeyBlog.com and MickeyTravels.com, for the best in free Disney vacation planning advice. Without our awesome sponsors, we definitely couldn't do what we do, so thank you. Please check out MickeyTravels.com. Also, if you're looking for your dream home in Central Florida, talk to Jeff and Renee Funk at RealtyInOrlando.com. That's RealtyInOrlando.com. Also, if you'd like to rent a DVC room for a fraction of the cost, check out David's DVC Rentals at dvcrequest.com/TV. That's dvcrequest.com/TV. So, all right, everybody, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. So for now, have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Bye-bye. Now that you've finished watching this video, be sure that you're subscribed so that you can get all of the latest updates. Also, check out some other great videos on our channel. Have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Bye-bye.